My name is Balkis and you're welcome to my channel. So today is going to be a quick one because I will be making a ruffle balloon sleeve just from my elbow down to my wrist. The volume depends on your preference, but like I am using a medium weight fabric, cotton fabric, so it depends on what you want to use. So all you need is your basic sleeve. Like here, this is my basic sleeve. I've made series of video on how to make a long sleeve, a short sleeve, so it is so easy to make. So here now, I just have the measurement from my shoulder down to my elbow. So my measurement from my shoulder to my elbow is 14 inches, then I have half an inch to join to the lower one. And with seam allowance from my shoulder to my wrist, my measurement is 27. So, and then it's 25, sorry. So plus hemming allowance and all that, so it makes it 27. So from here now, if I just place the measurement here, from here down here, can you see I have 27, but it's actually 25, but plus seam allowance here and here, because we will be having an elastic band here. So everything is 27 inches. So now, since I have this, and for my elbow circumference here is 6.5, then 1 inch for the side seam allowance here, it makes it 7.5. So I have 7.5 here. So the next thing now is to get the fabric, the amount of fabric for the lower part. As I've said, the volume depends on you. So what you will do is that whatever measurement you have here, like I have, the actual one is 6.5. This will be hemming allowance. So what I will do is, you can double it. If you want it to be less, you can just double it. So here, if you double it, you have 13 inches. Can you see that? But because I'm using the medium weight fabric, so I will just triple it. So when I triple it, so I place it here, then I will have 19.5. So when you measure this fabric, I have 19.5. So which is okay. You could even make it 3 times 3.5. It depends on the volume you have. There's no limitation to that. So once I've done that, I have this long fabric. Remember, this was on fold. The 6.5 was on fold. So this also was on fold. So when you open it, this is what you have. So now I will take to my sewing machine using the longest stitches and a very loose tension to just make a straight stitch here. So right now I will just sew like half an inch or quarter, depending on what you want. So this is what I have after sewing it. Can you see? It belongs to, then I will start gathering it. Can you see? I will start gathering until I have the same measurement with this. So I will keep gathering. So after gathering the fabric, this is what I have. So and then it matches up with this. Can you see? So I just make this part, the head part, straight, like 1 inch, because we'll be taking 1 inch seam allowance. I did that also to this side. So can you see it matches with this? Then what I will do now is right side facing each other. Can you see that? Then you could just pin it down, and then you will sew beneath this thread. It's like a business thread, so you just sew this way. So right now I will start sewing. Make sure the fabric matches, and make sure you sew below the initial. So now we are almost finished. Looking at this, can you see it matches with the basic sleeve? So I will keep sewing. So after sewing, this is what I have on the right side. Can you see this? And on the left side, this is what I have. So the next thing now is to place it on the wrong side, because we have to take in the seam allowance. So ideally, I usually attach the sleeve to the main fabric before sewing the seam allowance. But since we are concentrating on the sleeve, so I will take it now to my sewing machine and sew the seam allowance. So after sewing the seam allowance, can you see that? So we can turn it to the right side. Can you see what we have now? So the next thing now is to fix our elastic band. So what we'll do now is to fix in the casing. So since I left 1.5 inches hemming allowance, so what I will do now is to take half an inch or quarter inch first and then fold in 1 inch this way. Can you see that? And then I will sew all through the band. So right now I will sew the case. I will sew the casing for the elastic. And then you keep sewing all through like that. So right now when I get to this part, so I'll make sure I leave like 1 inch allowance for me to pass my elastic band through. So I'll just leave it or a little back stitch. I'm done with that. So right now after sewing, this is what I have. Can you see? This is what I have all through, and this is where the elastic will go in. So for the elastic, just take elastic band and just place it very close to your wrist this way. Can you see? So this is what we actually needed. So I will just take my scissors and then cut it here with some allowances to sew it together. So then I would get a safety pin. So what I will do now is to put my safety pin this way, close it up, and then place it in and keep moving it. See that until, and don't forget to take note of this because you don't want it going in. That would be a lot of work. So I'll keep doing this until I pop it out. So right now I'm done with the elastic. So I already got this out. So what I will do now is to take it to my sewing machine and use a zigzag stitch to finish this off. So right now I'm using a zigzag stitch to just finish it. So right now after finishing it with this zigzag stitch, then I will release it and then finish up this edge, the place we left for the elastic, and then I will just sew it up. So right now I will just sew it up. So don't forget to back stitch, and then we are done. So right now, can you see this? So this is what you have. Now just try to put it on for you to see how it looks. You see that? So because this is medium weight, so the volume is not so much, but it is still okay. So this is what you have. So by the time you just leave this hole, you have this ruffle balloon sleeve. And you see that was beautiful and very, very easy to make. Can you see that? So just give it a try and share with us on Sewing Innovations on Facebook. And do not forget to follow me on Instagram, the Key Signature. Love you so much. Do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Bye.